The head coach at Otterbein University is Tim Doup. This is Tim's fourth year as head coach at Otterbein. Tim is an Otterbein grad, 1992. And here to tell us about the Cardinals in 2015 is head coach Tim Doup.
Good morning. The first thing I always do is obviously put out some thank yous. This is a huge event. They're very busy, but the Hall of Fame does a great job with us and getting us around. And Tim and Lindsay do an outstanding job, especially with all those Lindsay's emails and reminders and things. I don't know how we would do it. I'm sure we'd forget something, but they do a great job. Some people that are here today with us, Adam Prescott is our new SID. He's been the assistant SID. For those of you that have known Ed Seguda forever, has been our SID, is now pretty much the campus photographer. So he will photograph everything on campus, but Adam is our new SID. Jeremy Morgan is our assistant SID. David Kinder, back here with the camera, goes everywhere with me, it seems like. Does a great job for Otterbein TV, and he does a weekly talk show with me, and that's always a lot of fun. Mark Snyder of the Columbus Dispatch covers us very well. Don Stewart, our athletic director. Grant Noppenberger, who I will talk about shortly, and his parents have joined us, and Cole Benner, one of our wide receivers, and his parents are here. But when I was walking in this morning, Al and I walked in, and we were talking, and he said, "How fast did your summer go?" And I'm like, I didn't have a summer. It just flew by. It seems like we were just here, yesterday. And here we are again, starting, another great season in the OAC. But, as far as our team goes, we've got an experienced group coming back. I think we have 24 seniors. Really excited. Offensively, this is the most we've ever returned. We are bringing back a very veteran group. However, there is one missing element, and that's the quarterback. We do not have, we've got some guys. Brick Davis left us, was a senior quarterback last year. Kevin Green and Joey Longino are two guys that got a little bit of snaps last year. So obviously that's a wide open race where we are right now. So obviously that's a concern, but I know somebody's going to step up and take that lead. At running back, we have two 10-game players, played in all 10 games, Johnny Piles and Tyler Hammond. Played in all 10 games, so we feel very good there with those two. Wide receiver, Cole Benner, like I said, who we brought with us, is our leading receiver that is back. If you also saw us on film, you saw him at the Wildcat position last year at quarterback, so he's very versatile in some of the things we can do. Will be a senior. The other returning starter is Logan Stepp, who was a freshman for us, started at X. So, we're excited about him as coming back as a starter. And then Christian Brett was one of our 5 wide guys that came in and started for us. If you saw us on film, 2 years ago, and then the year before that, we had number 12, Connor Lucas, started for us as a freshman. Unfortunately, got hurt last year, but he is healthy now. So he is a returning starter coming back. And then John Vincent, 2 years ago, started for us at X, but believe it or not, played defensive end last year. He is now going back to X. So, we've got some veterans there. I think our wide receiver group is very strong. At tight end, Bryson Ray, 3-year starter at tight end. He's also back. And then, up front, I'm really excited. And it figures because we've got all these guys coming back, and I'm moving to the defensive side of the ball, and I've been an O-line coach my whole life. So, we've got 4 starters coming back, a very strong group. I'm moving the linebackers. So, to lead them will be Grant Noppenberger. Grant is a 4-year starter, 2-year captain, all OAC at center. We're expecting big things out of him. Justin Kristoff is our left tackle. He's a three-year starter. Ryan Mickle at right guard is a 3-year starter. And then we started a freshman last year in Case Troyer at right tackle, and he's also back. And then we had an injury week 10, and we had another freshman to step into center, and we moved Grant to guard named Jacob Schaefer. So we've got guys up there. I'm really excited about those guys. Defensively, the D-line, we're not going to be the biggest. We're hoping a little bit of speed helps us there. We do return a young man that started all 10 games at DN named Kyle Blust. will be a sophomore, and then Dalton Jarvis and Dustin Leber and Alex Scotton got plenty of playing time. They played, I think, in all 10 games. So that outside linebacker, Will Brett, 10-game starter, is back, and then Miles Crawley, who rotated in all 10 games, is also there, and Joe Ifalise is at the other weak side linebacker. At linebacker inside, Austin Jones was an all-conference player for us last year. He started since he was been a freshman. He'll be a junior. So obviously we're excited to have Austin back to lead our defense, and then also Nick Toledo. And then we also had a switch. If you remember number 6, Drew Irvin, our big running back last year, we are moving him now to linebacker. He's not going to be a running back. He has decided to make the switch to go to linebacker. So he will move over to that side of the ball. And then in the secondary, Jordan Shell, our boundary corner, is back. And then our field corner that got some playing time, Jalen Liggins and Dustin McFadden. So we have some experience back there. And then at safety, Jordan Boniface has been a 3-year starter. Unfortunately, got hurt before the Heidelberg game last year. So he will return for his 5th year with Josh Bixel, who took his spot for 7 games, and Caleb Martin. Our kickoff guy, Anthony Ween, is back. And then obviously our returner, who was all conference, and Tyler Hammond, who played tailback and is a returner. I think led the conference last year with 26.2 yards a return, and he's back. So, you know, the outlook for us is, you know, we've been in the middle of the pack. I think our guys are excited what we have coming back, especially, you know, offensively. This is probably the most veteran group, like I said, coming back offensively, and, you know, defensively, hopefully we're young, fly around, and get to the ball. But I want to wish everybody luck. The main thing is everybody stay healthy. I think that's always huge, and we'll see you when we play you.
Thank you, Coach Doup. Grant Noppenberger is with us today from Otterbein. Grant is a center. He's a senior from Dublin. And Grant, 4-year starter, 2-year captain at Otterbein, at center. Now, I understand there's only one other person who's ever done that. Is that right? Do you know who that is? Who is that?
Coach Doup.
Coach, okay, you realize you're going to go bald pretty soon. All right, look who's talking. All right, Grant, you are a great hockey player, I understand, and like hockey as much as you like football. How do those two sports mesh? What helps you as a football player that maybe you learned in hockey? How does being a hockey player help a football player?
Well, I started playing hockey, probably definitely my first sport that I ever started playing. And when I got into football, I started using it more to help with my footwork and conditioning. Definitely, when you're out there, it's a lot different than football because you're out there on the ice for 30 to 45 seconds. In football, a play only lasts about 6 to 10 seconds. So definitely help with my conditioning and footwork.
Who's your favorite hockey team? NHL?
Washington Capitals.
Okay, Washington Capitals. Now, Coach says he wants you to speak up a little more. He wants you to be, maybe take your leadership level to maybe more of a verbal level. And I'm wondering, what does being a leader mean to you, and how does a leader help the other guys?
Well, to me, a leader is just, somebody that they just go out there, they work as hard as they can, they try to set an example for everybody else on the team, and they just try to get everybody else on the same page, make it more of a family. And, yeah.
Grant, if you had to describe the OAC in one paragraph, how would you do it?
It's tough. Well, every game you go into, it's just, I don't know, you got to have a different mindset for each team you play. There's a lot of great players, a lot of great teams. I don't know, yeah.
Another guy who moves people from point A to point B, Grant Noppenberger. Good luck to you, Grant. Thank you.